Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Here I had this little heart thing I made, little electronic kit. It yeah, just different lights and stuff like that it'll do. The only thing I did differently was I put a vape battery in there instead of the two batteries. You know, you're supposed to put two double A's in there. I didn't use that, so, but you know, if you want to see how it was made, stay tuned because we're going to build this. So, hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. This is the IC Station heart kit. So this is what we're going to build today. This is not an SMD kit. This is just a soldering basic kit. I guess you can consider this beginner soldering. Just a heart. Takes a couple batteries, which I guess I gotta get because I don't have any. But overall, it's an LED kit. Let's see what we got. We got two instructions, I'll tell you that. Alright. LEDs, that's it. Okay. So we have some, we have a case, we have a ton of LEDs. We have some components here. I'll open these up. It just seems like a lot of, alright, let's see what we have. Let's put the, let's put this away. Alright, so that's the case for it. Pretty nice case. Clean. I mean, should work out well. Resistors. Wow. All the same exact resistors, huh? I guess one for every LED. And here's another instruction booklet. They look like the same. This is a piece of foam. This is a little circuit board, which I guess I would have been fine with building, but I guess they didn't want you to do that. Would have made it a little more interesting. Okay. We have more resistors. Our basic circuit board, kind of tiny. Hopefully the LEDs go from the front. I'm going to double check this because I think the last time I made one of these, I thought I put the LEDs in the wrong spot, but it's not this one. Capacitor, battery terminals. That's a crystal. The main IC chip. Yeah, just other resistors. Basically a lot of LEDs and stuff. Alright. Let's get to it. Make sure we get all our parts out of here. Make sure there's no parts left. Move our box. Let's see if both of these instructions are exactly the same. Because if that's the case, I don't need two of them. I don't know why they gave me two of them. Looks exactly the same to me. Alright. Don't need this one. Don't need to confuse myself any more than I already am. Alright, let's continue on. Let's turn the soldering station on. Let's see what our first step is in building this. So the first step is in Chinese. I kid you not. It says 32 up 1K. Wow. Oh, wait a second. Was that possibly the English instructions? Yes, it was. Wow, look at that. They gave you Chinese and English. All right, I'll take the English ones. Install 32. 32 resistors. Brown, black, black, brown, brown. And one 10 ohm resistor does not distinguish between positive and negative poles. So you're going to tell me that's all the resistors? First shot? All right. So the center one is 110 kilo ohm, which is right here. Now they give you two of those. My biggest thing is I want to make sure I'm doing it this right way. Yeah, I guess they're writing because the back was, yeah, the back's the solder part. All right. Just can't get that in there. There it goes. Big greasy hands are in the way. So that's all these resistors, huh? All these. All these. The ones up here, over here. Yeah, down here and down here. That's crazy. Okay. This is going to be fun. Okay. Wow. It is going to be really time consuming, this. I mean, it's not going to be difficult, just time consuming. Putting all the resistors in. This is why people like the SMD kits so much, because, you know, there's really none of this. You just solder one side, do the other, make sure it's flat, and you're done. Move on to the next component. Where these, it's not that way. You've got to actually, you know, put them in, solder them, and keep these straight. So, you know, let me bring you back once I get these in there. No sense wasting time. I'll bring you right back. All right, so I started, I put these in and I started soldering one side. So usually the way I'll do these is I'll solder them, then I'll clip them, and then I'll just, you know, put the soldering iron over again. Basically, you know, you only need a second, just a drop. Let the pad warm up first, put the solder on there, you know, just go down the line. And then what I'll do, like I said, is after I cut the post off, I'll just go over it again and like basically not like resoldering. It's just like it'll make it like a better connection in a way. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you better with these. Cut them, clip them, flat. These are all flat. Now basically, a lot of it will look like it's, you know, flat and stuff. But basically what I'll just do is go over it with the soldering iron. It looks like that one didn't go anyway. But basically just doing bang, 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 bang. Because after you cut them flush, it's like sticking up a little bit. And you know, if you ever have any extra solder, you can always go with some solder wick and remove it. I know everybody does theirs differently. It's just the way I usually do it. It's just, again, I'm not saying it's cleaner. I'm not saying it's right. To me, it just looks like a better installation. Just want that little acorn looking. Alright. This is more of a, seems like it's more of a time consuming kit. Good for like a beginning solder, you know, somebody's starting at soldering. Because it's basically repetitious, repetitious, repetitious. I only used the, whatever flux was in the solder. That's what I used. I didn't put any flux on the board. Let's see if that's all in. Try to keep these together because I have two little doggies. I don't want these things going in their paw. Dropped one. Try to clean up every time. That's all I need. When we first moved here, we had tons of thorn bushes around our house. We thought, oh, they look nice and they're pretty, and well, our older dog, he stepped on one of the thorns and was yelping, and you know how that goes. So the next day, I was out there cutting down every single rose bush we had. I do not want that to happen again. The crazy thing is, by the time we got to the vet, by the time we actually got to the vet, which wasn't that far away, he had already pretty much calmed down. And we were waiting in the car because at that time it was with COVID, so we couldn't bring him in. And by the time they told us to come in, he was doing better, so we just left. Sure don't want to go through that again. Not trying to be political here, but it's not great what's happening right now. It's a shame that a lot of people are enjoying this. Deporting people and other thing. I don't get it. I can't understand it. I've never seen color as hate or religion or anything like that. I got friends that are black, white, Indian. Got a lot of friends. And you know what? I understand some of these are, you know, gang members. Fine, get rid of them. But they're not all gang members. Not every single one of them. And that's what bugs me. Alright, fold the pins inward, blah, blah, blah. I guess they want you to mount the chip piece next. Alright. It's the same as the and where's the there's the dot. There's the dot. Okay, that fits in there really nice. So you're gonna see the chip in the front. Yes, you are. Okay. Just double checking. Just making sure. Okay. Just want to make sure it's nice and flush. Let's go down the line. I think this kit was about 16 bucks possibly. Another one of the Amazon kits. Not even sure what stoplights is going to be like pretty soon because of all these tariffs. Again, I'm done with political. I always try not to heat these up too much because I know that they're plastic. Okay. Couple more. Like I said, this is probably going to be such a pain when it comes to doing the LEDs too. Okay, there's one that didn't go. All right, looks good. Now, so this piece goes on the back. Looks like it goes like that, which is this piece. If I go out. Now, I don't understand if... Okay, just wire, just solder. Guess it's just like that. Okay, up. Too much. Really? Okay. Looks good to me. So that's an easy way if you know, to remove some solder. I made a little mistake. So, all good now. All right, let's move on to the next step, which would be the crystal, the ceramic capacitor, and the electrolytic capacitor. So basically we have the, you know, I don't understand why they wouldn't have me do the, well, I guess it doesn't matter. All right, let's find out where C2 is going there. My hands just don't work so well. Okay. It also shows this and a crystal. I'm going to do the crystal the other way, just to make it symmetrical. Okay. And then the capacitor, which has a positive and negative. The longer one's always a positive, shorter negative, same with the LEDs. Do that like that. Okay. Okay. And the crystal, and then yes, that's the capacitor right there. Alrighty. All right. So far, we're looking pretty good. Next step would be, well, we did that. We did that. So we don't need anything else in there? Oh, okay, yeah, we wouldn't, because that would be that. But what are these two? It's not showing anything over here. And that says C20, C2. C2. Oh, it's two of them. That's why. All right. Let's put another one in there. Then we'll put the chip on. I was wondering why. Okay. Moving along, moving along. Next is the switch. Install toggle switch, but to first tin a solder joint. There's the switch. Let's tin one first. Tin, switch. Does it matter? Guess not. Now I feel like I'm doing the SMDs again. Let's make sure we... A little crooked. I was going to say, do I have to get my tweezers back out? Yeah, I think I might have to. It's a little crooked there. Okay. Aha. Guess what? Made me use the tweezers. All right, let's straighten a little bit more the other way and then we're good. That should be good. See, I'm just scared of burning this switch up. Is that straight? Just won't go straight. All right. That looks straight. That's straight. All right. Good enough. That just pissed me off. That's okay. One of the LED holes got cut off. My fault. No big deal. I'll fix it. Okay, so there you go. There's the switch. Then it says to install the 32 light beads. Hold the module with tweezers and heat the solder joint in place, which I don't understand because I already did that. Install the booster module, solder the joints. And then the switch and then that, okay. All right. This is probably going to be a little boring. Big LEDs. I'm going to go for the one I messed up on that hole first right here. Of course, it's the positive, right? The longer one. All right. Okay, let me get a couple of these installed and I'll bring it right back. It'll be boring watching this. Alright, so that was just me installing. Well, you don't know how long it was, but it was a pain. I didn't even solder them yet. I just put them in and bent one side down. I seems like I got two extra ones. No big deal. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll start by soldering some of them. I just bend them over so they don't, move up, but I'll start with this one. And then if I have to go around, push them in and, to get them flush, I'll do that. Just don't do too much of them. I mean, this is probably a basic kit. Really nothing crazy to this. Watch, it won't work. I don't like the fact that I have to use 2 AA batteries. But I do have an idea because I have another battery. I got one of those from the vape machines. I don't vape, but my daughter does and stuff. And I told her, give me your old batteries. I use them for projects. So I don't know. I'm going to see if I can use one of them here so we can make this thing rechargeable to where I don't have to use, replace. Although I'm sure batteries would last a while. Go around and around. Seems like it took longer to put these in than it's going to be to go around and solder them. No, this is only one side, but it took a lot longer putting these things in. Yeah, I started with one, so. All right, let's go around or let's see which ones are off. Yeah, some of them are crooked, so. Let me start with, yeah, I'll start with the bottom one, I guess. Well, these look okay. Just looks like a couple of them that went crooked. I think I'll just go around and do them all again, just to be on the safe side. Well, these look good. Yeah. That was one. That was one. That's good. That's good. That was one. Okay. Yeah, just trying to make sure that they're all straight. Couple more. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Now they all look nice and straight. All right, let's continue soldering the ends. Let's cut them. Let's see what see what we got. This will be like the third one, third heart that I built. Just trying to give my wife one of these. The other one worked, but it didn't work good. And then I didn't realize this thing takes batteries, but then maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, I have one of those batteries from a vape. I'm gonna see if that'll work, but then I had to put a USB charger thing, and I don't know if it's worth it or not. All right. And the last one. All right. Yeah, so I didn't want that to happen. A lot of soldering there. Alright, and like I said, it's kind of flat, which is probably fine, but I think I'm just going to go over them just to make them look, you know, good. I guess I'll just hold them to be on the safe side. Doesn't even really matter, I guess. Just go down one at a time. Okay. Getting there. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. So I see that these are the wires that would go to the positive and negative, which are right there, the 3 volts. What I have is this thing right here, which I think is 3 volts with a charger piece. It's a lot smaller, probably lasts a lot longer. Just not sure if it'll work or not. See how these pins are. Ugh, these pins are all bent. I hate when these things come like this. All right. All right, let's see if it'll pop in there. Okay, it looks like it's in there. It looks like all of them are in there. Just out of curiosity, let's see if that would work. Because it only take a heartbeat to solder it on there. Do this first. Take this one off. Now I see the way they did that. All right, I'll leave that on. I'll just tap a all right, let's see if we can extend the wires on that. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can put that on there. Okay, those are on there. Like I said, this is a battery and there's the charger. I don't know if it's going to fit in the thing and how I can do it, but I'm going to give it a shot. All right, this one's positive and negative. Guess it works, huh? So I guess that's all it does. It doesn't, you don't have control over it, right? I mean, it's nice, right? Yeah. I guess the switch just turns it on and off. Yep, that's all it does. No, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Oh, anyway, thanks for watching. I think I got some more projects coming up too. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Hope everyone is safe and well. See you soon. Take care.